Hey guys, it's Rachel and welcome to my Storytime video of where the heck have I been? So there's been a lot going on and I'm not going to express in detail just exactly what's been going on, but I will try my best to cover all the issues of why I haven't been uploading and why I've been acting the way I have for those of you who watch my YouTube channel and also know me in real life. So first off, the last video I uploaded was when I released a song. Now, I am super excited that I released that song. That's something I've always wanted to do. So, since then, a lot of things have been going on with me and Parker's parents. Now, I'm not saying they're terrible people, but they haven't been the greatest to me personally. At least that's how I feel, and I know there's two sides to every story. I'm just expressing my side, that they haven't really been the nicest to me. Like, yes, they let me over at their house and they let me eat their food, but like emotionally, they haven't been very helpful. Like, they've actually been making me feel worse, or had been making me feel worse about myself. So I decided that I wasn't going to go over to Parker's house anymore. And then Parker got a car so he could actually come over to my house, which worked a lot better because I didn't have to see his parents. And my dad is like hardly ever home, or at least wasn't hardly ever home because he worked and then he was always out with his friend. So there was that. Parker and I had alone time together. It was very nice. It was for a few hours and it wasn't like all night long. And I know that Parker always expresses like, I'm with you until like 10 o'clock every night. Like, and I love you and I like to be with you, but sometimes I just need my space. So he has been leaving at like 8:45, 9 o'clock because he has a curfew. So I'm not actually with him all night, but then he ends up going to bed because he does wake up early the next day to go to work, unless it's a weekend. But, however, so I stopped going over there a month ago, and he started coming over here. Well, then there was a situation that my cousin and I were supposed to go down to Florida to see my mom last week. No, not last week. Last week. Kind of ish 2 weeks ago because it was in the middle of the week, and her and I were supposed to go down to Florida to visit my mom. However, her mother told her that she couldn't go because of the pandemic and because in Florida it's like a cesspool of coronavirus because people in Florida apparently don't listen to the rules and restrictions, so they're getting a lot more numbers than most states are. So she didn't want to go down there and have Amanda risk getting coronavirus or me risking coronavirus. I was still offered to go, but because I have terrible anxiety, I couldn't get on a plane by myself, so I decided that I wasn't going to go. My mom decided that she was going to come up here instead because it would be a lot safer, and she's one person, and everybody was like freaking out about it. They were like, oh my gosh, your mother's coming up from Florida. Florida's like a cesspool of corona. She's going to give everybody coronavirus. But honestly, she's only one person. It's not like an entire group of people, and she was tested for the virus. They do check your temperatures at the airports. You do have to wear a face mask and everything. So she wasn't going to bring corona up here. I knew that 100% that I was going to be fine if my mom came up here. I wasn't so sure about me going down there just because there's so many new cases. But she isn't around a lot of people, so I figured that it would be safe. It was definitely safe. So she came up here on the 8th of July, and it was so much fun because my mom's friend and I picked her up for the airport. My mom actually didn't know I was coming, so I actually got to pick her up at the airport, and I was so happy, and I was like ready to cry, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in like 7 months. I'm so excited. And then the next day we actually went to my aunt's house, and things got really kind of bad because I do love my aunt dearly, and I do appreciate that she does try to help me. However, she wasn't being the nicest to me when I was up there with my mother, which is really weird because for my entire childhood, I always was like afraid of her because she was like kind of harsh towards me, and I was like, why is she harsh? And then as soon as my mom left for Florida, she was like sweet to me, like rainbows and unicorns kind of sweet, and I was like, what is this? But I liked it. So, and then when my mom came back up, it was kind of back to my childhood. So I was like, what is this? Like, I can't be around my mother. Like, I haven't seen her in 7 months. And it's not that I'm acting immature. Maybe I'm acting a little bit younger than my age, sure, but that's because I haven't seen my mom in 7 months. And also, I've been trying to be so hard to be an adult right now, especially with everything going on. So, it was fun, but it wasn't fun because I feel like if my aunt and I had gotten along better, and if Parker and I hadn't had a huge fight while I was at my aunt's, then I would have been able to enjoy spending time with my mom more. But I did enjoy the time that I did get to spend with my mom. I wasn't really mad at her the entire time that I was up there. I just wanted to be with her because she lives in Florida now, and I don't get to see her very often. And now because of the coronavirus, we have all these restrictions, so I can't necessarily go see her. So she went back Wednesday the 15th, and I cried so hard. Bree came with us to the airport to drop her off because I didn't want to drive home, and also I didn't want to be by myself when I was driving home. So Bree offered to come with us to the airport, so that was super nice. I got to see Bree. I never get to see Bree, and it was kind of good. And I thought maybe things are gonna get better. I don't really want to go to this house that I'm in right now, just because it's a pigsty, and I do love my father with all my heart, but he's not the best at cleaning or communication. So when I got back, there were fruit flies in the kitchen. There were ants in the bathroom. It was disgusting because there was food left out and dishes weren't done, and nothing had been cleaned. So, except for the litter boxes, because I told him to do the litter boxes before I got home. So yeah, that was really gross, and I felt so overwhelmed when I came back, just because I had to clean it all, and I haven't even done all of it yet, and it's been a week almost. So then I decided I really want to move out. I really want to move out. So I was in communication with my mother about if I get a job up here and save up for a couple months, I could probably move down to Florida and move in with Lauren, who is one of my friends down in Florida. But I didn't know if she was still going to be there. So yeah, we're still debating on that. However, I start a new job on Wednesday that's going to pay me $14 an hour. It's 7 to 3:30 Monday through Friday, which is going to be so nice because I'm going to be making steady paychecks, and I'm hoping that within a few months I can actually move out. Now, I said I was going to move to Florida, right? Well, I don't actually know, because you see, Dance is up here, Parker's up here, my friends are up here. The only thing that's down in Florida is my mother. And as much as I love my mother, I don't really want to leave everything that I know and love right now just to be with my mom when I can go visit her. So I might end up getting an apartment up here if I can afford it. Hopefully, eventually Parker will move in with me after his whole situation is done with. So yeah, I feel like if I can just get out of this house and get my own place, I feel like I'll feel a lot better. So that is my goal for right now. Also, I need a car because I'm currently using my dad's car right now because my car died. So, yes. And then there's the stress of I went over to Parker's yesterday for the first time in a month, literally, and I was kind of freaking out at first because I was I can't handle any more lectures, I can't handle any more yelling, and surprisingly, Parker's the one that yelled at me. So we fought for a while yesterday, honestly, about something really stupid, but his parents were actually kind of nice to me, I guess. I don't know if they were faking it or if they actually missed me. I don't really know what was going on, but they didn't say anything negative towards me, so that's good, I guess. But Parker and I got into a huge fight. Parker and I always get into huge fights, and it's really annoying, and I've been going back and forth between this whole freaking relationship situation because of that. Because I don't want to end up fighting with him every day. And I do love him. I do truly love him. And I know that he loves me. But I just can't handle the stress of having to argue every day. And I get that sometimes I start the fight, but a lot of times it's because he's had a bad day at work and he just takes all his anger out on me, which is very upsetting. So, I don't know. I really don't know about that situation. I don't have an update for that yet. I actually slept over at my friend Tanisha's house last night because I was so overwhelmed to be here. I didn't want to do it. So there's a lot going on in my life right now that's stressing me out. I've actually had some thoughts that I shouldn't be having. So I just needed to calm down, I guess. And just kind of piece my life together. But I'm hoping that with this new job that things will get better because I'll be making money and maybe I can actually move out of here. So, yes. That's where I've been. I probably won't upload consistently for a little while just because I want to get used to doing this new job. I want to work out some things personally in my life. And yeah, but that's my story time. I'm sorry that this was kind of like a negative story time. There's just been a lot of stress going on right now, and I just can't handle it. But I hope you guys understand and know that I do love making YouTube videos. It's so much fun, and I do want to keep making them. I just need a little break for probably a couple of months because every time I try to make a comeback, stuff happens. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Go check out my newest vlog. It's a bunch of different clips from like a month ago. Like, I've been filming, I just haven't uploaded, so sorry about that. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking around. I can't talk. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video.